What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be showing you how I make these what are called welder bracelets. So this is actually stainless steel rod, filler rod, and silicon bronze filler rod for like TIG welding. This one I'm wearing, it's made out of copper, but you can really make them out of whatever you want. A couple different patterns. Today I'll be making one out of stainless steel and silicon bronze. So I'm going to show you all the process. So if you want to make one for yourself, it's really not that hard. So the filler rod we're going to be using, our stainless rod is ER316L. This is a 3/32 rod. You can use whatever thickness, just obviously the thicker rod, the bigger the band. For the silicon bronze, it's also a 3/32. And then I had some real thin ER316L, just some 45 thousandths rod that I'm going to be using to tack with, just a real small. So I'm going to show you guys the twisting procedure. So you're going to take a full stick, filler rod. This is the silicon bronze one, which will actually be in the center. You're going to fold it on itself. Get your ends to touch. Okay. Get it down like that. Just fold on itself. Then you're going to take this end, you're going to put it in the vise here and crimp it about right there. Clamp it. And you're gonna tighten it. You're gonna take a drill on these two ends. And you're gonna pull back and you're gonna twist. And that gives you your pattern. So if you notice, these I twisted really tight. If it'll focus, this one's looser. You can do whatever you want, change your pattern however you want. On the stainless ones, you can't just twist one rod to the right and then use so much of it and cut it in half, then use the other half on the other side of the bracelet. It doesn't work with that. If you want that pattern, that's great, but instead of your stainless coming in like this, going onto each other, they'll be going like this on each side of the bracelet. So if you want them to make a V, kind of like, well, it's upside down, but how those are coming, the outer edges are coming towards each other, the V pattern, you have to twist one rod to the right and get a second rod and twist it to the left to make it have that V pattern. But just personal preference, whatever you want to do. And then most bracelets come in around, that I make, about 7.5 inches. So just for a reference, like this one, put your tape on it, go all the way around, and that's 7 inches. And this one, I mean, you can just put it on, fits nice. A little bit, if you want a tighter gap in the bottom, make it 7.5 inches. If they got a big wrist, make it 8, just whatever, just play with the numbers. It's easier to make long and then have to trim it rather than make it short. The saying, measure twice, cut once. Do not cut your rod to length before you twist it, because obviously as you twist it, it's going to get shorter. So if you cut this at 8 inches, like, oh, I'll give myself an extra inch, and you twist it, well, it might measure out to 5 inches once you're done. So twist your rod, just use a full stick. It's not that expensive. Just use a full stick, twist your rod, get however tight you want it, your pattern, whatever you want to do, and then come through and measure and cut your length after it's all twisted. And then on your rod, after you twist in the drill, it kind of messes the end of the side that was in the drill up. This side has a loop for when you fold it on itself. So cut this off, get a nice clean starting point before you do any measuring or anything. So I just have a grinder, I'll just grind this off real quick. And then I did these a second ago. So now we have a clean start, and it can start making a bracelet. So if you notice right here, if it'll load, the stainless is coming in at each other, and then literally if you just flip it around, now they're going away from each other, just whatever pattern you want to do. I'll actually probably do this one where they're going away from each other, because all these other ones I've done it where they come towards each other. So I'm gonna do this one a little bit different. So start with 2 pieces, an outer piece and the inner piece. Don't start with 2 outer pieces. Start with these 2, and then you're gonna clamp these in a vise tightly next to each other. Don't reef on it, but just get it tight. And then you want it tight because you want these close together. If you don't go very tight in the vise and you leave it loose, there's gonna be a lot of gap in your bracelet and everything. It's not gonna look very good. So push these 2 together, get them level. Don't have them all twisted and everything in the vise. Get them flat, get them level, and then I'll show you how to start tacking them. So as you can see, I got this in the vise. They're level, they're tight. Now is a good time to measure, cut it to length. I'm gonna make this one 7.5 inches, so I'll put a mark there and cut out 7.5 inches. Now, let's cut the length. Now we'll start tacking it. So on these, you're gonna tack every single time they come over, or they touch. You can say, oh, you know, if I just tack here and here and here and here, I'll be fine. No, it'll start to move and start to separate as you wear it. So if this will focus, tack every single one. Okay, so I just got these 2 all tacked together. Now I'm gonna put them in, I tacked them, you know, this direction. Now I'm gonna put them in the vise and just put a little bit of pressure just to straighten them out in case they move. You don't want to do it too hard because the teeth on the jaw dies will actually gouge this and will mess up the finish unless you have soft dies, and you can do that whatever, but just go real easy, just align everything back up. So now I got my outer and my inner piece tacked together. When you tack this other piece on for the other side, make sure you tack on the same side you've already been tacking on. This is the show side, the finished side. This is the pretty side. This is the ugly side. Make sure you tack on the same side. If not, you ruin the bracelet. So line it up how you want it. Do the same thing. We'll put it in the vise, clamp it real tight like that. Get everything lined up. Now that it's all tacked, you'll come and however thick you want that end to be. I normally come like 3/4 of an inch up or whatever. So you'll just fill this all in with weld. This whole area, that top piece on both ends. Fill that complete, just weld it solid on the ends. And then when you weld the end pieces, when you weld it solid, you'll actually weld both sides of it because you're gonna grind both sides. Just the same. It's like I filled into that far, so I'll flip it over and fill in the same amount on this side, then we'll grind it, clean it up. So now that it's all tacked, the ends are welded and everything. I kind of already started on that one. But what you're gonna do now is you're gonna make sure there's no burrs on any of these tacks. So take it to the wire wheel, spend some time, make sure there's no burrs because that's gonna rub your wrist. And then if there's any burrs, it'll cut you. We'll start shaping these ends. I like to take a die grinder with a flat disc just to kind of give them their shape and their finish, and then take them to the bench grinder and kind of finish them off, clean them up and everything. So I'll show you that process now. now, got the ends shaped how I want them, how I like them. So I'm just gonna wire wheel this inside where I tack welded all this. So now that we got it all shaped how we wanted, got it all wire wheeled, all the spot welds wire wheeled, our next step is we're gonna get this thing hot. We're gonna use a torch, get this thing glowing hot. Do not go extreme with it because you'll melt that silicone in the middle, but get it hot. And then we're gonna get it hot, actually gonna take a hammer, come over here to the vise, and we're gonna beat it. We're gonna beat it flat. Because right now everything's all radius. If you look how these are all squared off, it's because when you get hot you beat it. If not, it'll have that radius look. So, I guess I'll demonstrate that. So here kind of has the shape now. It's still all scaly for the torch and everything. So I'll wire wheel it real quick and show you what it looks like. I still got a lot to go. And I'll actually take a DA with like 1,000 grit and actually DA this flat, and then I have a little buffer, and then I'll come through and buff it, and then that'll be the So now I just got some metal polish and a little buffer. Just put a little bit on the pad. You can kind of see starting to polish up. So I'm gonna keep buffing this. I'm gonna go wash off in the sink, and then we'll be done. So here's the finished product. Once you get it on, you can kind of squeeze it and move it around and get it to fit how you want it to, but there's the finished product. And like I said, there's thousands of different ways you can make these, probably different designs and colors and materials and all kinds of stuff, but by no means a professional, but that is how I make a welder's bracelet.